Pep Talk UK, Pro Bs once again. Remember, subscribe. And I'm delighted to be joined by a man who I haven't seen since Saudi Arabia. Ruiz versus Joshua 2 in Saudi.
That's
Ade,
crazy.
how you doing?
Bro, I'm not bad, you know. You're making me, or reminding me of good times. I enjoyed that trip, man. That trip was eye-opening. Those late-night hotels trying to get the videos up on dodgy Wi-Fi. Won't forget it. Won't forget it, brother.
Yeah, historic night. I mean, that was the night I think we saw an evolution in Anthony Joshua. I mean, we saw a different approach, a different game plan that he adopted. And months on, I saw him training in the gym, and I said to him, "Look, you're going on wavy right now." I saw some adjustments that he's making. I'm thinking, okay, we're seeing a man that is evolving into a different beast.
Yeah, you need to. I mean, this boxing game is all about evolving. It's all about making adjustments in fight, and it's about making proper adjustments out of fights as well. You can't keep having the same style. When you think of someone like the great Roy Jones Jr. as a good example of someone that maybe didn't make the adjustments to make his career sort of stay as long as it should be at the top, right? We knew Roy Jones as fast, electric, and when he started to slow down, he didn't know how to make those adjustments, and hence why we started to see losses towards the end of his career. When you look at someone like Bernard Hopkins, for example, always made adjustments, got a bit slower, exactly, became a bit more defensive. Floyd, the same thing. Floyd got a bit older, became a bit more defensive. Anthony Joshua is open and honest to admit there's vulnerability there, so there's no point having slugfests with people. You've got to use what you can. He went a bit lighter, looks a bit different on the scales, looked very different on the scales, right? And then we saw a bit of a boxing match, and I think people forget, AJ is an Olympic gold medalist, World Championship silver medalist. He can box. He's not just muscles and power, he can box. And I think in order to stay long in this game, in order to become undisputed, and we're going to talk about that, he needs to show that he can make adjustments. And I think that night in Saudi Arabia, he made the right adjustments to get the job done.
Hey, well, moving forward, 6 months down the line, major news this afternoon. Fury versus Joshua is set for 2021. 2 fights. Wow. Has Christmas come early or what?
It has, but it's almost a case of it's Christmas where we can't open the presents yet, right? There's a long way to go until next year's summer, because that's what we're realistically looking at, right? Fury's got to get past Wilder, and you know as well as I do, that's no easy task. I think a lot of people will look at how that second fight went and think this is a walk in the park. No way. When you've got a right hand like Wilder's got, and you've got that determination to get your belts back, and look, they're going to add someone to the camp. Like AJ added another trainer to the camp, they're going to add new voices to the camp as well. So it's difficult to get uber excited because we know it's so far away, and this is boxing, so many things can happen. And let's not overlook Pulev as well. I mean, again, it's a different Joshua. The Joshua prior to the loss against Ruiz, I said that guy wipes the floor with Pulev. This Joshua now, who knows, right? I mean, that Joshua's new style, I would have preferred it for him to kind of have 3 or 4 fights with that new style, then go straight Pulev and Fury. So we got to see how Joshua adjusts to this new. Will he come in light again? Will he be bulky and be sort of the Incredible Hulk Joshua? There's a few hurdles before we do get to Joshua Fury, but the biggest hurdle, the finances, has been done. And I always say that's the biggest problem in boxing. Everyone wants to be the A side. No one wants to give out money. That, according to Eddie and Tyson Fury, that's been done. So I think we have something special to look forward to in about a year's time. We might be going Saudi again, brother. We might be going Saudi.
That's if it's in Saudi, right?
It is, yeah. I guess, I mean, look, it's going to be 1 or 2 places. I would love it to be Wembley Stadium. I would. I think I speak for most Brits when I say that fight at Wembley Stadium, 90,000 people, the noise, it'd be madness.
As an Arsenal fan, I'm used to going to Wembley, you know. FA Cup and all.
Let's hope Tottenham fans ain't listening in. But yeah, Wembley would be crazy. I mean, look, I wouldn't mind a trip to America. I mean, we've both been there. I wouldn't mind going to America to watch a big fight. Las Vegas would be ridiculous just because there's more to it than just a fight. You've got everything about Las Vegas. So it's like a crazy weekend. Or Saudi again. I mean, look, I enjoyed Saudi for all the negative, and there is a lot of negativity that comes with Saudi. we enjoyed it. It was a safe stay. The fight was good. The hospitality was good as well. So it's either one of those three places, and I don't mind either one, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah. I think the details that's out there is that it's a 50-50 deal for the first fight. Now, previously, someone might have said, look, Anthony Joshua's got more of the belts. Yeah. Why is it 50-50? But I think most would agree right now, the impact that Tyson Fury has had over the past year or so, 18 months, you know, he made a long journey back, you know, against two very mediocre opponents.
Yeah.
People were questioning him. He stepped in against Wilder. Most people thought he won the first fight. But the second fight against Deontay Wilder, again on enemy soil, showed the reason why it should be 50-50 in most people's eyes.
Yeah, and aside from that, even sort of an economic standpoint, you look at the recent Forbes rich list, and Tyson Fury was above Anthony Joshua, above Canelo, above Conor McGregor, above Deontay Wilder. He was the fighter that made the most in that sort of financial year between June 2019 and June 2020. So he brings his own sort of worth to the table. He's a bigger star in America than AJ. That's not just because of boxing, but it's because of the WWE as well. Let's not forget he had that stint in the WWE where he fought Braun Strowman. So the WWE universe know who he is. So that's a big universe in America. So I think he brings his own worth to it. He's the ring recognized number one. He has, I think, the biggest belt in boxing. Yes, AJ has 3 or 4 belts if you count the IBO, but the WBC for me trumps them all. So I think it deserves to be a 50-50 fight, and that's the only way it was going to be made. I mean, look, 50-50 first time, 60-40 second time. I think that makes perfect sense. I really do. If it's an American, then it definitely has to be 50-50 because, again, Fury's more known and just has a better name than AJ in America. I mean, American fans saw AJ, and when they saw him, he was on his ass, right? That's the vivid memory they have. They have a memory of Tyson Fury beating their guy Wilder. So Fury's done what he needs to do to make this fight 50-50.
Yeah, I mean, for you, there's a lot of debate out there about who's got the better resume, Fury or AJ. Now, Tyson Fury has gone away from home twice and defeated the champions in their backyard on 2 occasions. But Anthony Joshua has beaten a host of top 10 heavyweights. In your opinion, who sort of had the better resume?
Fury.
Okay.
It's difficult for me to say I'm an AJ fan, but I've got to be honest with you. Going away to Germany, Vladimir Klitschko hadn't been beaten for 9 years. That's a solid win. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I mean, that counts for 4 of AJ wins as far as I'm concerned. And then the Deontay Wilder one, not the second one really, the first one. And I say the first one because that's the guy that was coming off fighting Furys and Pianetta. He decided to go to America and take on Wilder. Some people say he didn't have an option, he had to go. Even so, no one gave him a hope in hell. I remember the predictions. I mean, it was like, oh, Carl Froch was saying he's going to lose in 2 rounds. I mean, everyone was like, oh, 2 or 3 rounds, Wilder will knock him out. This guy went there and beat up Wilder. Got a draw, but he beat up Wilder. I mean, you've got to rate those results. I mean, I like what AJ's done. I think AJ's got some solid wins. Povetkin, Klitschko, Dillion Wyatt, Brazil, all those wins. But it's difficult to say any of those are better than sort of Klitschko in Germany and Wilder in America. Very difficult.
It's hard to assess for a lot of people how this fight will go. I say to a lot of people, the winner for me will have the best game plan. For Anthony Joshua, I don't know how you prepare for such a marvel like Tyson Fury. I mean, we don't know what he's going to do. He can even box on the back foot, or as you've seen against Deontay Wilder, actually now we can see he can plant his feet and bring the fight to you. You don't know what he's going to do. How do you kind of prepare for that?
It's difficult, but I mean, you flip it the other way and say, how does Fury prepare for AJ? AJ's a good boxer. Is he as good as boxer as Fury? Absolutely not. We know that, but he can box. He's not Deontay Wilder, right? He's got more than just a right hand. And let's also not forget, AJ has a right hand, a detonator. I feel like in this question of who can beat who, I think everyone's forgotten that AJ has, aside from Wilder, more power than any other person in this heavyweight division. If AJ hits you, you're in trouble. I don't care who you are. We even saw it in the first fight against Ruiz. Let's not forget Ruiz went down with that hook, that beautiful left hook. So Fury's got problems as well. I mean, you listen to Fury fans, and look, I'm a Fury fan, but you listen to hardcore Fury fans, they make it sound like this is a walk in the park. This is no walk in the park. I mean, Anthony Joshua brings his own tools to the table. He's a big guy. Fury can't bully him and put his weight on him like he did to Wilder. Wilder is tall, but he's very skinny. So Fury was able to bully him. He's not going to be able to bully AJ like that. AJ's got a good jab. They'll have a good game plan. Rob McCracken, we know, is a student of the game. They'll work out a game plan. And like you say, it's who can stick to that game plan the better. We've seen AJ do it up close and personal against Ruiz. That's a guy that was so close and so tempted to fight fire with fire, stuck to the game plan, boxed, moved, and got a result. Can he do that against Fury? I don't know. This is why we're so intrigued, though. This is why we want this fight so badly, because all the questions are going to be answered. This is it. This is not just the best heavyweight in Britain. This is the best heavyweight in the world. This is the best heavyweight of this era. The guy that wins this goes down as one of the best, the greats of this era. It's got everything. Plus, they're going to be earning a shitload of money as well. So this fight ticks every box.
What weaknesses would you say that you see in Fury? I mean, AJ, a lot of people say, yeah, AJ's got some vulnerabilities. You know, they have their own opinion. But Tyson Fury, some could say that he went down twice to Deontay Wilder in the first fight.
Yeah.
He went down many years ago against Cunningham.
Yeah.
Many, many years ago. Some could say that there's weaknesses there. I mean, what do you think is Tyson Fury's weakness?
The biggest weakness I see with Tyson Fury is that we've never, and this is his whole career, seen Tyson Fury have tough back-to-back fights. We haven't seen it. Tyson Fury will go from fighting an A-level guy in Wilder, in Vladimir Klitschko, to having this long hiatus. And then he'll go from Wilder the first time to Tom Schwartz, to Otto Wallin, to Wilder. We've never seen Tyson Fury go A-level, A-level, B-level, B-level. We've seen A, D, A, D. This is the first time. This little stretch now will tell us a lot about Tyson Fury, because this stretch tells us that he's going to have back-to-backs with Wilder and back-to-backs with Joshua. Physically, that's draining. Mentally, and we've seen a break with him mentally, that's draining as well. Can Tyson Fury go through 4 camps against legit guys back-to-back? We haven't seen that. We've seen that with Joshua. I know people might say they're B levels, but regardless, we've seen that with Joshua. We haven't seen that with Fury. That's the weakness right there. Can this guy go B level, B level, A level, A level? It's very easy, I think, to go A level, D level, A level, E level. That's what we've seen. A, B, A, B. It's a whole different ball game. Let's see what he's got.
You see, obviously, these two have got business to take care of before the 2 fights in 2021. Who would you say has got the easier win? Obviously, a lot of people say, you know, Tyson, he easily dispatched of Wilder twice.
Yeah.
AJ's got Pulev, who not a lot of people know about. I mean, who would you say has got the easier run into these massive undisputed fights?
It's still AJ. I mean, look, Pulev does come with a few question marks, just because he's had his own little problems outside the ring. I think people remember that with the reporter. Yeah. So in a period when he was outside.
Dillion Wyatt described him as a sex pest.
I'll go with that. So he's come back. A lot older. I think Pulev is 38, 39. So by the time the Joshua fight comes round, he could be approaching 40, I believe. AJ's younger, AJ's bigger, AJ's fresher, AJ's stronger. AJ's a better boxer. Pulev has a better jab, but AJ has technically everything better. So it should be not comfortable, but AJ should win. Wilder, I mean, it's almost like when you ask the question, how do you prepare for Fury? I don't know how you prepare for Wilder. I don't know if Wilder knows what he's doing next. He's so erratic, but when that right hand comes, it's like 4. It's a 4 hammer. If that right hand lands clean, I don't care who you are, it's going to hurt and you're going to get wobbled. You might even go down. So Fury has a bigger problem. Let's not forget he has to go to America for that fight as well. It's difficult to say that's Wilder's backyard because there'll be more Fury fans, but he's still having to travel. This is going to be a different Wilder. Look, Wilder's pumped. We saw Wilder's poem that he done for the Black Lives Matter. Wilder's obviously spoken about, you know, like, I'm a god, kind of sort of regaining my power. Wilder's up for this fight a lot more than I think Pulev's up for Joshua. I look at Pulev and I feel like he's in it for the payday more than anything. And you've got to, right?
He said that he said he'd be happy to step aside if the fight was brought forward. Did you see that?
See, there you go. See? Whereas Wilder's like, no amount of money is making Wilder step aside. Wilder wants this. He wants to avenge it. This is a tough fight. Like, I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't be shocked if Wilder slept Fury. but I would be shocked, very shocked, if Pulev slept Joshua. If I woke up after the Fury Wilder fight and it was Wilder KO'd Fury in the 3rd round, I'd be like, oh my God, but I wouldn't be like, but if Pulev sleeps Joshua, I have a mini heart attack. I'll have a mini heart attack. I just feel like something's going to get involved, and I just pray to God it's not Joshua's side, it's Joshua's fan, but I wouldn't be shocked if Fury loses to Wilder. It wouldn't shock me just because of Wilder's power.
Yeah, many people will just totally writing off Deontay Wilder. I think some people say, oh yeah, he's just got a big right hand, he can't box, he can't get better. But surely he's going to have a look at the past 2 fights that he had with Tyson Fury and make some adjustments to try and give Fury a lot more problems.
Yeah, he needs to. He might look at the first fight, and although it was a draw and I think he lost, he might look at what he done right in that fight. His jab was a bit better in that fight. His movement was a bit better. He fought on the back foot. He moved a lot. I think this time round, obviously, he tried to put a bit of muscle on. Obviously, he made the excuse about the outfit weighing him down, but he has got really skinny legs. Really skinnier legs than me, and I've got skinny legs. And I feel like maybe he did put too much muscle on. And when you're not used to kind of walking around, sort of, I think he came in at nearly 17 stone, 16 and a half stone. When you're not used to that, you're going to get tired. You've got a man that's weighing, 280 pounds sitting on you. You can't have that. You've got to move. So I think he's got to use what he used to use, which is a bit of his natural agility. Move around the ring a bit. Don't think you can just sort of man-o-man stand there against a guy that's been outweighing you by 2.5 stone. Stupid. So I think he'll look at that and learn a lot from that. Can he improve his boxing ability? I doubt it. I mean, let's be honest. He's an atrocious boxer. I've got to be very brutally honest with you. I mean, like he trips over his legs. He does all sorts of things. I think he's just got to use a bit of movement and move around. If he's going to have a boxing match with Fury, he's going to lose again. I mean, probably only Usyk and maybe Ortiz can have a boxing match with Fury. Anyone else, you're just going to lose on points. So he's just got to do what he's done best, which is move and snap that right hand. And if he snaps that right hand, anything can happen.
Some people out there also have seen another angle to these potential 2 fights happening in 2020. They're saying Dillion Wyatt has been left in the cold again.
Boy.
2021 might turn to 2022.
Yeah.
If so, I mean, how do you feel for Dillion Wyatt this time?
I do feel for him. I've kind of had a 180 with Dillion Wyatt. Before I was like, don't feel sorry for you. I don't feel sorry for you. You had the opportunity when AJ supposedly wanted to fight him last year at Wembley Stadium and he turned down the opportunity. So I was like, you know what? You've had your opportunity. But that's bullshit. This is the WBC. This has nothing to do with AJ's belts at the time. This guy's fought for the WBC. He's fought silver belts. He's fought international belts. He's put himself in the #1 position now. And he's going to be shafted again. And you know what the WBC are going to do? They're going to elevate Tyson Fury to a franchise champion 100%. We've seen it with Canelo and Charlo. We've seen it with Devin Haney and Lomachenko. They're going to do exactly the same thing. They're going to say, look, we can't give you your opportunity to fight Tyson Fury, but here it is. Here's the WBC belt you want. There it is. And Tyson Fury is going to be elevated, and that's it. They're going to wash their hands of the situation. He's never going to get a shot never going to get a shot of fighting one of those guys until 2022, but he's going to be a belt holder. And I don't know how people feel about that. I don't think Devin Haney's the WBC champion. I don't think Jamal Charlo's a WBC champion, but those guys are. And I think Dillion Wyatt's going to be that position. They're just going to give him the belt and elevate Fury. And look, if I'm Dillion Wyatt, I move on and I go to another sanctioning body and try and do it that way. All this effort with the WBC without getting rewards is just a shambles. And this is what makes me hate the sport of boxing. There should be a governing body that oversees everyone, and this situation should be taken to them, and Tyson Fury or anyone should be stripped if they don't fight their mandatories when they should be fighting their mandatories.
Well, that's why a lot of people prefer UFC, because they say the best fight the best.
Best fight the
one
best.
Body, UFC, and the best fight the best.
Yeah, and we know that's the best league. There are other MMA leagues, right? Like ONE FC and Bellator. But we know the UFC is the top dogs, and Dana White just don't have it. You're fighting him or you're fighting him, and that's it. And you see some people moan, but those people that moan always stay because he sorts it out. Boxing's in this place right now where, look how excited we're getting about Fury versus AJ a year away. That's how crap boxing is right now, that we're celebrating and making videos about a fight that might happen in 12 months' time. I mean, in the UFC, this fight would be happening in 2 months, and it would happen. It would happen. Boxers in a weird position. If I'm Dillion Wyatt, though, I keep doing what I'm doing. I mean, the only positive you can be with Dillion Wyatt is that you're still making good money. You're still headlining shows. Obviously, the Povetkin fight coming up, middle of August on some pay-per-view. So Dillion Wyatt is still, he's making his 7 figures. I know he wants to make 8 figures, but he's making 7 figures. And I would never have thought that Dillion Wyatt would get to that. When AJ beat Dillion Wyatt, 4 years ago, I never thought Dillion Wyatt would be this guy that would become a pay-per-view attraction and headline his own shows. I never thought. So he's not going to be happy, but he's still a very, very good career, some very, very good wins. And I looked at the Ring Magazine rankings the other day, and he's now ranked number 2 behind Fury and AJ. So they rate him. We rate him as a boxing sort of guys. So he's doing a good job regardless.
Hey, Addy, it's been a pleasure to catch up once more, man. Next time, we won't leave it so long, man. It's been 6 solid months.
6 months, bro. You know what it is? It's because of the COVID. We said we're going to get together and have a drink and talk more boxing, but it's because of obviously COVID-19. But before we go, bro, I just want to say well done with your channel. The growth has been crazy. I've shouted out your channel, my channel a few times, that people should go and support, because I love what you're doing, the interviews you're getting. But what I'm more refreshed about is the rate in which you're putting content out. I think it's amazing. Some people get sidetracked by other ideas. You guys now been full pedal to the metal. You guys are going for it, and I think what you're doing is amazing. And not just you, obviously there's people behind you that are helping as well and doing it. You've got other interviewees as well now. So keep pushing, bro. Keep pushing. And wherever you want me to come on, I'm happy for me in the green chair to pop on.
Hey, that green chair is like the WBC green belt, man.
Bro, it is, bro. I swear to God, yeah. This chair is more famous than me now, bro. And I don't know what to do. I want to move house. I'm just got to take the chair with me, because it won't feel right. It won't feel right filming on nothing but this green chair.
No, thank you for the compliments, man. And also, massive big up to Boxing Talk with Ade. That's where a lot of people can keep informed. Ade just gives it to you raw, man. There's no filter, man. He just says what he thinks, man. It's not fake.
Not fake at all, bro. Not fake at all. But no, thanks, brother. And we look forward to speaking to you again very, very soon.
Boxing with Ade, Pet Talk, Pro Bees. Subscribe to both channels. We out here.